Welcome to the Crypto Market Minute. I'm Doug. Let's get to the charts.
So we're finally getting some interesting action here. This is a little bit of strength that we showed here the last couple of days. We actually did break this pivot here. This is the first time that we have broken a pivot in 6 weeks. We hadn't broken a previous pivot until back here at the end of May. And so that's the first sign of strength that we've seen in a while. Now that doesn't mean that we're at the bottom here, because obviously it could turn right around here and go on down. So that's why we need to always be evaluating, because what we're looking for is clues, and taking out a pivot for the first time in 6 weeks is a good clue. That is a clue that is something that hasn't happened in a while.
No, that was all just special effects.
So it could be that we are getting ready to set in a bottom, or that we're attempting to set in a bottom here. It also, like I said, could just break on down and continue to move sideways. So we're always evaluating here, but this is the first good sign we've had in a long while.
Okay, on your toes, men. Not my toes.
That perhaps we're changing. We've got a little higher low here set. We broke this pivot. Now what we want to do is see if the buyers can hold this here, or if the sellers are going to come pouring in and drive us further down.
Fine.
Now this is the weekly chart. And obviously traders can always look at a chart like this and say, man, I wish I would have bought here, or man, I wish I would have bought right here. Well, this is the process that we're in right now, because remember, we're down 6 months. And if you want to get into these places here, you have to be willing to buy when it feels like garbage, right? When you feel like this thing's going to go to zero or in a hole. The people that bought these things, this is what it was like at the time that they bought it. I'm not saying we're at the bottom here, but I'm saying that if you are trying to be these folks down here buying the lows, getting the most for your money, these are the places where you are accumulating here.
Hey, Dave, listen up, please.
Knowing that, hey, they didn't know that this was the bottom. It could have continued to go further down. The same as, I don't know that this is the bottom. It could just as easily continue to crash all the way down here to $8,000. But if the people that bought in here and got the most out of these were willing to step up and buy when this is what it felt like. And that's why we're always evaluating, always looking for clues to see whether or not we're at a possible turn, so that if you want to be one of those that are literally trying to buy the bottom, then you have to be willing to do that.
Well, then it's settled. So long, everyone.
Back to our daily charts here, but we don't have to necessarily be the one buying the bottom, right? That's not necessarily our goal, because if this thing does turn, there will be multiple opportunities to get on board. But if you are the type of person that feels like you have to try to buy the very, very bottom, then you have to understand you're taking a higher level of risk. There are less risky places to get on board a move than trying to buy the very, very bottom.
Well, that's all for this morning. As always, remember to like and subscribe. And of course, if you have questions, leave them in the comments below and we'll get back with you as soon as we can. We'll see you back here on The Grasp.